Hi, I'm Chris Day of the Hairy Wanderers, and I'm here today with Lila and Buddy. The little sock got out of bed early this morning. I didn't want to leave them behind again because I know how much you guys like to see the cuddly buddly. Today we are at Box Hill in Surrey. We've just come in off the road. I think it's the A24. There is a car park with a cafe called Rikers. You can go there and you can see some motorcycles on a Sunday. There might even be some later on when we return, so might get a few photos if we're lucky and get beaten up by the bikers. So, with that being said, let's wander. What can I tell you about Box Hill? It's a very famous walking place. It's got a fortification, pillboxes. The River Mole runs through here and it's very nice and pretty, very nice little sounds. Smells nice too, the river here. There are stepping stones, which we're on our way to now, which I will show you. We won't be crossing them today. It's a little bit wet and slippery. I don't fancy ending up in the drink. Don't suppose the dogs would either. And here we have the River Mole. It's not terribly deep. It's probably just about above your knees. Can't see any fish in the shallows, but they'll definitely be around. Water that's this nice and clear and clean. Oh, look at that, little wagtail. Now this is interesting. I have to zoom in because there's a gap here with some water in it. The Stepping Stones footbridge. It was erected in June 1992 and replaces the original bridge presented by the Ramblers Association. The members who died in the Second World War. Brilliant. Nice little touch. What I do like about this is I recall, is when you walk over it, it tends to bounce. It's quite an unusual sensation. You won't be able to pick it up on the video, but when you're walking over it, if you're quite heavy footed like I am, it gets about here and you can feel it going doing, doing, doing. As we get further away from the road, you can hear the noises better, and it's a lovely sound. Did you know there is a song that mentions Box Hill? Richard Thompson's Vincent Black Lightning 1952 mentions off to Box Hill they'd ride. It's a bloody good song, great acoustic guitar piece. I recommend you go and check that out. So we've made it to the stepping stones. It's very muddy this morning. I'm really glad I actually wore my proper boots. Okay, down some steps now with Lila, which is also always a dangerous deal. I'll get pulled down them. Now look at these. This is really cool. We got it at a good time as well because we've got it all to ourselves with it. Well, we've had to go on a pretty dodgy old muddy slippery pathway to get here, but just up in here is a pillbox. I'm hoping the dog's going to help me get up the slope with a little bit of draggery. I've just set their leads up so they can pull me up. Come on, up we go. It's quite steep and it's a bit damp. Look at this beauty. Almost there. See where the gun would have been. Some bolts still. We've made it up to one of the pillboxes. It's pretty slippery, so we're going to go inside and have a look. I like it when you can actually go inside things. This is my bag, baby. Right, let's go and have a gander. We can actually get in here. So here we go. I've got to shuffle like some sort of kid in a Wendy house. Oh, it's very dark actually, so very can't see anything. It's actually got quite a lot of litter in it. There's just another little gun port over there. Yeah, there's a lot of rubbish in here. Looks like hobos have been living in here. So I found this amazing looking piece of river here. or part of the River Mole. It stretches quite wide, it's not very deep. And then just over behind me here, there are part of the anti-tank defences that were in the water. So not only have you got pillboxes, you've got anti-tank as well. They must have been expecting if the Germans ever did get over here, that this is where they were going to come down. So we've made it up to the top of Box Hill. The views up here are really quite incredible. And you can go down this hill if you want. Walk back up the other side, there's some very steep steps. Take you up there, there's a road up there, so there's a lot of cyclists coming down. It's like the English cycling mecca. In fact, you can see a few on the road just now actually, going up the hill. I won't be going up any more hills today. Getting up this one was enough. The little house building you see on there is Denby's Vineyard. I remember what the correct word for it was in the end. Above that on top of the hill there's a steeple of a church. Just panning off over this way into distance, I can see something which I believe is cows. And did you know that Box Hill gets its name from the box tree, which is quite prevalent up here. There's quite a lot of it. All grows down one side of the hill. Predominantly down one side of the hill. I'm not sure it's all over the hill, but mainly on one side, which I think is this side. Now we're just getting up to the grave of an eccentric, I think his name was Peter Labilliere. Yes, eccentric resident of Dorking, was buried here head downwards on the 11th of July 1800. Major as well, he's a major. He's not the only one who was buried upside down as well. I believe there was a guy known as the Mad Miller down in Sussex who was also buried upside down for the same reason, because when the end of the world came he thought it'd all go topsy-turvy and he'd be the right way up. Same as Peter Labilliere. So we're going to head off down this way. I'm hoping we'll see the house of Logie Baird. So something else Box Hill's famous for, John Logie Baird lived here, and he was the inventor of telly. He lived here at the cottage here. Invented TV. What would we do without that? No YouTube without that. That's something for the kids, it seems. Help teaching them about bumblebees and all the other types of bees, well, bumbles, aren't they? Look at this, the pollinator. It does sound like a superhero, actually. Isn't this amazing? You'll love this sort of stuff. Obviously, if you're a little kid, you're going to get bored over the woods after a little while if you're not seeing loads of nature and cool stuff. This is just highlighting it, isn't it? It's brilliant. We just reached the top up by the viewpoint, so we're going to go over there and have a look. It's just over here. Once Buddy's finished having his rub on the floor, which he's doing at the moment. Very busy with the cyclists today. I'll show you the Buddy rub, look. This is the Buddy rub. It looks really good if you put rave music to it. So we've just found the fort at the very top. It's right next to a nice big cafe with a planned display car park. Or if you're like me, you prefer to walk up and see more, park at Rikers and walk up. Let's just go in there and get one of their legendary banana milkshakes. Box Hill Fort was built in the 1890s. The idea was to defend London from occupied Europe at the time. General Sir Edward Hamley, who was a military strategist, and he, unlike a lot of other soldiers, was actually quite enthusiastic about the idea of volunteer forces and that they could help to defend the country effectively in the event of an invasion. So they put in about 13 of these forts around the area surrounding London from the coast. It was never actually used, and in the end it was taken up by the National Trust, who now use it as a place for 3 protected species of bats which live inside of the fort. Because bats in the UK are a protected species and they're endangered. You might not believe it, you might see them quite a lot in the evening. And in fact, it'd probably be quite a good idea to go down to Box Hill Fort on the evening so you can see the bats emerging from the fort. Well, it looks like we've found a little bit of history here you can touch. I don't know what this is doing out here. It must have been left out when they were doing some work inside recently. It's a bit of a shame because you know when that's going up. In the bushes. Okay, so that takes us to the end of our wander for today. Hope you'll like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Join us again next week. I'm not sure where we're going to be, but from me, Chris, Lila, the lovely Lila, and the cuddly Budley, we're the Hairy Wanderers. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye bye.